Hello and welcome, everybody. We're back. Woo! It is time for another best of three. My name is Skim. This is Lacoste, and it is Sun Gaming versus Keen Gaming. Finally, it's the actual Keen Gaming.
Keen Gaming,
I've
yeah,
been,
that's the real Keen Gaming.
yeah,
Sun Gaming though, familiar faced.
familiar face. We have Ice Ice in this lobby. You know, TI6 champion Ice Ice, and let me just quickly.
10
There we go.
seconds remaining.
Wingsman.
So good,
5
so good.
seconds remaining.
Brings a tear to my eye. Yeah, go cry. Keep crying.
Radiant team pick.
All
We
right.
have Ice Ice, but also for those of you who maybe those two people out there that remember that one game versus like Newbie Y, you know, SECC used to play Newbie Y, and together with him was MRRRR, whatever. That was the most annoying team to cast. How do you pronounce these
10
players' names
seconds
in the middle of a team fight?
MRR and SCC.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
That was really annoying.
5
So,
seconds
a couple of
remaining.
familiar faces here. King Gaming, of course, a bit more familiar. They did play the ESL
Dire
1
team
Hamburg
pick.
Major. So, for them, this would be a little bit of a return, being able to go to another major, of course. But it's been a bit quiet since then. I haven't really done anything. So,
Yeah,
so
like literally nothing. I had a great hope for that team, but somehow they look so promising during the Hamburg.
10 seconds
They
really did.
remaining. Radiant team back.
I don't know. It's just I guess it's one of those teams that feel great at the time and fall apart after that.
reminds
We'll
me
see.
of, you remember DAC 2015? What was it? Power Rangers? You know,
Oh yeah,
with Afaninja, like his first like big tournament, and then people were like, "Oh yeah, this team looks really good," and then they just
10
never did
seconds
anything
remaining.
afterwards.
I
mean,
don't think Power Rangers were. They might
seconds
be at the
remaining.
peak at the time, but they were known in the Europe slash CIS scene for quite some
Dire
time. They were
team
always
back.
kind of a tier 2 team. They just didn't break
No,
through.
that's right. King Gaming definitely a little bit.
This is the hero I've been testing, trying to make it
Radiant
work.
team back.
Sorry,
Warlock.
for a second there, I thought you were clapping the bait pick.
No,
I was
no,
like,
fuck
what?
Bane, man. I'm talking about Warlock. Just try to
Dire
think of
team
something
back.
to combine Warlock with. I've tried to force people pick. I've been playing Warlock. Try to force people to pick Gyro with Flak Canyon and Ulti plus Fatal Bond.
Just a lot of
Radiant
damage.
It's
team pick.
so devastating to fight into that. I mean, it can work with a tiny, just combo one and the AOE with the 3 grab.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
the hero has been forgotten. It's
pretty much.
10 seconds
it's been the
remaining.
same heroes. Just a lot of heroes have been changed.
5
Warlock was
seconds remaining.
kind of untouched. Just a couple of talent changes, but that's pretty much it. It really is viable, especially in the
Dire
those
team
2 versus 2 mid scenarios. Maybe not against that Prophet because she doesn't care about 1 versus 2 or 2 versus 2. Doesn't care about the position 4/5
Radiant
rotations on a
team
mid.
pick.
Right.
Dragon Knight.
There was one team that did run Warlock quite regularly at the beginning of the season. Complexity. They ran it as a sort of 5-position hero. Just, you know, basically just an ulti machine. You just drop the ultimate, and that's kind of what the hero is in most cases.
10
I mean, you
seconds
can
remaining.
combine it with the Luna as well, the bouncing from the glaives, the
5
ulti
seconds remaining.
damage. Dragon Knight picked up against that Prophet. Good laner. DK, also high armor, does not care about DP ulti.
Both teams already having quite a bit of push, obviously. You know, both mid heroes dedicated to their push. Really like that.
Dire
Bane
team
SK is also a very sort of reliable combo in terms of supports. A very safe pickup early on. We've seen this. I think it was also pretty popular in CIS for a while. This the support duo early on. King Gaming now also going to go for the Bat Rider. Just another hero that combos well with these heroes. So there's a lot of gank potential if they want to.
10
And of course, when they do
seconds
push with the
remaining.
DP, having the Bat Rider lasso available is also quite huge.
5 seconds
Potentially, you know,
remaining.
making sure the Warlock never gets his ultimate off, or even taking the DK out of position.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I guess why Warlock is not picked that often is if you have offlaner like a Batrider, you can't really do anything to him.
Nothing. Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
So it's gonna be an offlane Tiny, what it seems to be.
Most likely. Could technically also be a fourth position Tiny, but I think that would be a little bit too weak here. At the same time, if it is an offlane Tiny, that's like, what, 3 melee cores?
I think they swapped around
half, I guess.
because of the Batrider
10
pick, because they
seconds
got
remaining.
destroyed in the lane Tiny plus a Warlock, so they might switch it.
5 seconds remaining.
Tiny position 4 also works. Like, Tiny is so versatile, can be played as 1, 2, 3, 4.
And together with the CK on the lane, they would have a little
Dire
bit more kill
team
potential
back.
as well.
Yeah, that
Right.
the double stun plus a pullback.
Yeah.
Okay, so CK plus a Warlock, that's also a great combo.
That is actually something that Complexity used to run. That safe lane. Warlock CK. Very nasty.
10 seconds
Last ban here
remaining.
coming out from Sun Gaming. What does King Gaming want? They want a
5
carry
seconds
right
remaining.
now.
They want to carry who builds into, let's say, maybe a Battle Fury to deal with CK illusions, maybe a PA seems...
How do you feel about a Juggernaut?
Jag is always good.
Dire
Jag is one of the
team
heroes
pick.
that you can
Right.
always sneak in. Has pretty much everything. A lot of heal, push also.
I think it's especially good here because you want somebody that also just
Radiant
doesn't die to
team
that
pick.
combo CK Tiny or to Witch Doctor, whatever. So having that battle Blade Fury available would be really strong early on.
So you have a Warlock plus a Witch Doctor, which is pretty much the kind of a same position 5 hero, but Witch Doctor can work as
As a
4,
four.
10
works same
seconds remaining.
as Rubik. Also, I love position
5
4 Witch
seconds
Doctor because you
remaining.
build into Spirit Vessel, which is amazing against heroes like Death Prophet.
Death Prophet,
Yeah.
it's huge. Yeah. They have a lot of burst potential here on Sun Gaming side. CK, Tiny, Witch Doctor. Oh, same for King Gaming, obviously. They do have the Bad Ridders SK. And,
They might want to sneak in Medusa if they feel like it, just to deal with the CK illusions, even though Medusa doesn't feel that strong anymore. She has like 1000 HP without items at level 25.
And again, they do have a lot of control on Sun Gaming side, especially early on. That shouldn't be underestimated at all. Yeah, we shall see.
Either that or approach with the Battle Fury carrier like PA, maybe maybe the Jug you were talking about.
Taking the time. They do have 50 seconds after all.
Or they can go for something that has a built-in cleave, like a Sven.
They're gonna go for the Dusa.
Choose your hero.
Good call.
Well, it makes a lot of sense because of the CK, and she cancels the fight. Also, you have the super good combo. If you think about it, you have Medusa when she pops an ultimate. You have extra 50% physical damage. That's where DP ulti shines. We'll see how the laning stage goes. Bottom lane, they might even go. I don't know if they want. Sun Gaming wants to go aggressive tri lane with Witch Doctor, CK, and Warlock. It's super strong. Just fight against the Dusa early on and have Tiny against the Batrider. Not the best
10 seconds
lineup for
remaining.
Tiny, but with the magic wand, maybe he just
5
once he uses a
seconds
Firefly on a
remaining.
Batrider, he can just toss him back to creeps. He just needs to have a vision.
How do you feel about dual lanes here? Do you think dual lanes could work at all for Sun Gaming? Maybe have the. Honestly, I think you probably want the Witch Doctor with the Tiny and then the CK with the Warlock if you wanted to run dual lanes.
Yeah, that's doable as well.
And
But-
in that sense, that's sort of how you balance the fact that both hero, like you're both the Witch Doctor and Warlock are sort of like the same hero, like you said, right? If you have them with dual lanes, that sort of balance that one out. Have that little bit of sustain as well if you want damage or burst damage.
Well, I've been playing against Medusa, and she seems so weak because of that strength gain or reduction. It's I think someone mentioned to me that she has 1.1k
Prepare
HP
for
with
battle.
no items at level 25, which is super weak. Once you burn the mana, the hero
Feels
It's not-
naked.
yeah, I mean, when you look at Medusa, you always think like, wow, she's super tanky, but she's not that tanky anymore.
That's a good point. But, I mean, also before it was just a little bit ridiculous as well.
So they're switching things around.
Do
They
some mid probably?
yeah, then they have Dusa mid and DP safe lane.
Looks like they are gonna run those dual offlane, the dual lanes. But instead of the Witch Doctor together with the Tiny, they're gonna have the Warlock with the Tiny, I guess? Which is also fine, I suppose.
So it's gonna be Warlock who's gonna be level position 4 and the Witch Doctor level.
30 seconds.
How do you
to
like that?
battle.
Warlock can do the same thing with if you build into Spirit Vessel. He does the same thing, especially with a Shadow Word. But I prefer to have it on the Witch Doctor because of the Maledict and solo kill potential.
I also feel like there's more value giving it to, or giving that 4 position to a Witch Doctor. Bottom lane looks like we're gonna have a contest for the rune here. First time
The
we've seen
battle
this.
begins.
Really. They're gonna get 3 runes.
Yeah. Also, Batrider's gonna pull.
No,
Look at him, already hiding. Can they kill him? What does CK have? Nothing yet. Maybe if he pulls him back into Witch Doctor stun or double stun.
Should be a kill. It is one. Oh, good kill. Good first blood for them. But if you're the Batrider, yeah, that creep wolf is gonna hit the tower. So I mean, you mentioned it earlier, right? With the Abaddon, sometimes you just need.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to die. Obviously, he's still not gonna get too much out of this, but it's not bad.
I mean,
Could
it's
be worse.
free boots for Witch Doctor.
Man, that's a good point.
But still, is there no sentries on Witch Doctor? What is Sanking doing? Just hiding there?
He's just hiding. I guess he's blocking the camp for now, and then he's gonna move out.
forbidden.
And
Yeah, DK on the mid lane is gonna be just trading last hits against Medusa. He does not care about not having mana. 56 damage plus a Quelling Blade, so easy to last hit. DK with the Soul Ring build, that's the best item for a DK. It's made for him.
Yeah, sometimes I look at these changes in a patch and I just wonder if Iceberg just plays a hero and is just like, you know what, I need to buff this hero. It's like, oh, let's just give him this item that's really good on only him, basically.
Like once you reach level 2 with level 2 Dragon Blood plus a region and Soul Ring plus a region from a magic wand, it's pretty possible to kill him, and not even in 1 versus 1, but even with the rotations. Sanking just doing some weird ass
He
stuff.
just keeps blocking his camp,
like,
yeah.
I mean, he could have just bought a ward and blocked it.
Probably. And just been farming maybe this entire time, or just trying to do something.
Chaos reign.
Well, speaking of something, top lane, CK is getting not really hunted, but just annoyed by this Firefly battle.
I'll take your trip.
Reality Rift cancelled. But yeah, you know what we talked about earlier, that one death from the Bat Rider did enable him, or did allow the Recruit Wolf to push in, and then, you know, he's almost level 3 now. So, all in all, still pretty worth it for him, of course. Let's talk about this bot lane. We haven't really talked about this bot lane too much, this dual lane. Dual lane, Tiny Warlock versus Death Prophet Bane. How do you feel about this? Because right now, it's...
Tiny's gonna farm a lot,
Yeah.
so is DP, but Tiny can outlast, hit him 83 CS with a 83 base damage plus Quelling Blade. It's just too much for a DP. She
They're not
has
gonna
really,
go for the Enfeeble. Oh,
really bad animation.
DP. Getting harassed at least. Forcing out as much region as possible. Only down to 1 Tango now. Has to eat that one as well. But yeah, they didn't go for the Enfeeble play early on. I feel like that could have stifled Tiny's last thing early on, potentially. Or do you think it's just wasted with Tiny's high attack damage to use Enfeeble on him?
It's not effective. Like 30 reduction against 83, he still has 53 damage plus a Quelling Blade damage on the creeps. He's good even with the Enfeeble.
And of course he has also the splash damage, right? So Avalanche bottom. Well, that's range keeps hitting him, but not gonna get anything out of it. Again, this bottom lane has to be careful. They're eating through all their region right now. They have one tank on the Bane left. That's basically it.
Just
DK brought 2 mangoes, 14
Wow.
region, 23 when he uses a tango.
Well, Medusa can try to harass him as much as possible, but it's basically redundant to really attack him. Top lane, Witch Doctor was forced to TP out. Just harassment coming out from the SK and the Bad Rider. SK's, I don't know what he's doing really. He's just trying to annoy the Witch Doctor, it seems, but Witch Doctor is getting the better trade. I mean, he's level 3, Sanking, well, just about to hit level 3.
If they make a go on CK, get a couple of stacks, they can easily kill him. Even a Witch Doctor, they just need a good stun from a Sanking.
Bottom lane, Bane getting caught out of position. Avalanche connects on him. There's a toss as well. And with the Fatal Bonds, they looked to kill him, but didn't really get it. Not yet anyway. One more click, maybe? One more right click can do it. Yeah, no, doesn't even need it. Still gets the kill with the
Shadow Word.
Shadow Word, yeah.
Duration is 12
Ridiculous.
seconds. Yeah, it lasts forever. Tiny, Kila, finished. Once he gets a power thread, the hero looks like pretty impossible to kill in the laning stage unless they rotate Sanking.
Sanking, yeah. Oh, Nightmare onto the Warlock. He needs a body block for the Soul Siphon him to connect, and there it is. Should be a kill for them. Safe kill, an easy kill indeed. Meantime, top lane, Bad Rider getting a stack here together with a creep wave. Not much they can really do about it.
I don't know if they had a vision on Warlock before he placed the ward, but that should get dewarded.
I wonder. I don't think they did. I think they only just saw him when he tried to play really aggressive towards the shrine. So they might even think he placed the ward behind it or close to the shrine, right? But we shall see, I guess. For now, they don't even have a sentry anyway.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This laning stage, I mean, we only have 3 kills so far. A bit calm, really, on both sides. Neither team trying to overextend. SK is looking towards his mid lane, but of course DK knows that he's there and doesn't want to give him anything.
Well, if DK rotated early on, they could have gotten the kill on the Dragon Knight.
If DK rotates, they could have gotten the kill on the Dragon Knight?
Sanking, sorry.
Oh, right.
The other king.
The other king. Well, no, I agree. But I don't know. I think the idea for them was just to give the Dusa and this like 1v1 as long as possible, I guess.
She harassed him pretty good early on, and the Dragon Knight was sitting on like 30-40% HP. There's a drawing on the map from a Sanking. They want to wrap around. The lane is pushing if they can catch Ice.
Yeah, Warlock is in a bit of a compromising position here. They don't have any vision over him though. So for now they're pinging the Tiny. Warlock is just gonna... Well, they're gonna commit the access in for this Tiny kill. They do have the stun here. Ooh, that's an easy kill for them. Question is there any way to turn it around for Sun? No, just Fatal Bonds to be annoying. It's a lot of damage, man.
Yeah.
Fatal Bonds.
And it's only level 2, so 4 max targets. Yeah, this game doesn't feel like we're gonna have a lot of kills. Bat Rider and Sanking need to rotate, otherwise you're not gonna see any kills. Also, Warlock needs to hit level 6. Sun Gaming has a problem starting a fight.
Yeah, they don't really have good initiation right now. Somebody needs a blink or like a shadow blade on the lane. Of course, this being an offlane Tiny, in general takes some time. Oh, top lane, we have a bit of a fight here. We're gonna get 2 kills here for sure, but where's the trade-off? DK comes in. Well, the stuns still connect. Maledict should take him off, and indeed it does. So it's a 2-for-1 trade. They get the CK. Good kill for them.
Yeah, that's the only way to start a fight, just react to what the enemy is doing.
According to Fight Recap, Desolator was used 3 times by Deuce in that fight.
And the Midas, 2 Midases already, minute 8, not bad.
Pretty good here. Well, DK used his dragon form with an arcane rune. Feels good.
Yeah, that's the best rune you can get on a DK. He's gonna build into drums so he can fight early on.
Yeah, he needs it.
Radiant's
definitely
middle
needs to be the
tower
one
is
fighting.
under
Yeah,
attack.
well, CK needs a lot of time to come online, and also Tiny needs. I mean, you can rotate with a Tiny, but he excels at just farming with the Quelling Blade and the tree grab. Like he needs to farm one item before he joins the fight, either Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger.
Looks like the Dire are sort of giving up this top lane, it seems, after that kill on the CK. CK's not even moving towards that lane at all. Jungling a little bit here and there, but feels like they're scared of this combo, SK and Bad Rider. I mean, it is a level 5 SK, right? So, 3 points into the Burst Strike, not to be underestimated, just because of its range already.
Yeah, CK is not farming that much. I don't know, Witch Doctor TPing to a mid lane. They want to
They smoke
smoke. Yeah, Dragon Form is up again.
Could have been scouted, but no pings coming out doesn't really indicate that they did see it. So this could be a surprise, but who's going to be the ones to be
Radiant's
surprised? I
bottom
mean, it's
tower is
Keen
under
Gaming
attack.
also wrapping around for the CK
Scanning.
kill. And who's going to scout out who first? They do have that ward, so they know that Keen Gaming is here. TP's, double TP's coming in. Who are they going to go first? They do have Beast Detection or the Invis Rune onto the DK. They're going to go for the Bad Rider first, and that's going to be a safe kill.
That's gonna be the only kill
The
they
only
can
kill
get.
as well.
Middle tower
And that's
is
a
under
5-man
attack.
rotation, do some pushing
Radiant's
mid.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire structures are
SK should be
fortified.
fine. Well, at least with the Dragon Form, they could... Nope, he wants to TP mid to defend the tower. Bane coming in here as well, though. They don't really
Has a
killing-
grip, but no kill potential.
No kill potential whatsoever.
They should be able to either take down the tower or get denied.
Yeah, of course, Sun Gaming wants to get this denied, but Medusa posturing
Dire's
herself,
middle
and
tower has fallen.
they do get the tower.
Warlock has level 6, so they should try to make something happen maybe on the bottom lane.
Getting, or not SK, CK getting
Dire's bottom
gripped
tower
and
is under
lassoed.
attack.
This should be a kill
Radiant's
for them. They're
top
committing
tower
2
is under
ultimates with
attack.
this. Bumping him off the cliff even,
CK did not move for like 8 seconds.
basically. That's rough. 2 ultimates committed. A third one would be available if they want to use Exorcism for this top tower. And knowing that DK TP'd mid just a second ago, I feel like they should know they will be able to get this tower.
Yeah, this Medusa is gonna get out of control. Level 11 already. Almost has... I mean, she has Mask of Madness and is building towards Dragonlance.
For second, I have Death Prophet selected right now, and I thought I had
Dire's
Medusa
top
selected.
tower
And I look
has
at the quick
fallen.
buy, and I see Yules. And I
Just
thought
increase
Medusa.
mana pool, huh?
Yeah. And the same reason why Battle Fury is so good in Bounty Hunter, for the mana.
Well, Sanking did not die at all, so he's gonna have a Blink Dagger after he farms.
After not doing anything for the first 5 minutes, it feels, he still gets like a very timely blink, like 13-minute blink, I guess.
Yeah, he has enough money to buy it, 100 gold away.
Yeah, that's pretty good. 3k gold advantage right now for the Radiant. Of course, they did get 2 towers, but still, the Dusa is just, like you mentioned, slowly getting out of
Radiant
control.
are
On the Dire
scanning.
side, there's not a lot of... I don't know, I mean, they do have the abilities to shut it down, but they just don't have the items to really get in range. They need like a Blink or a Shadow Blade or something.
Yeah, Tiny's getting close to the Blink Dagger. That's when they should smoke. Warlock has a smoke ready. The problem is with the Warlock when you're playing it as 4, like you can't start a fight unless you use a rock, which is not worth it for one hero.
CK misses the Reality Rift because Bane is in the fog of war of... Phantasm
just
wasted.
farm.
Well, I guess he can farm with it. We did talk about it earlier, you know, sort of like just using the ultimate to farm in general. It's not bad, but of course, ideally you get a kill with it. Smoke, by the way, wasted right now. They did smoke with the Tiny and the Warlock. Didn't find anybody. Weird that they would smoke just before he gets the blink. Why wouldn't you wait like that 1 more minute?
Makes no sense to me. level 9.
Dire's top tower is
He
under
needs
attack.
50 gold for that Blink Dagger. I mean, when you're playing Warlock, you want to fight. You have level 4 Fatal Bonds, you have Rock ready.
Radiant's
I
middle
think
tower
the Radiant are
is
doing a
under
really good
attack.
job at just splitting the map, though, making sure they don't really get caught out. Like, they're playing safe around those 2 wards that they have top, right? They're making sure that
Radiant's bottom
the supports are
tower
here
is
on the
under
sidelines,
attack.
so if anybody does come
Radiant
in like
structures
this,
are
they can
fortified.
pick them off first. And that should be a kill to the death.
Dire's top
Witch Doctor.
tower is under
Stun onto
attack.
the Bad Rider.
Radiant's bottom tower
Pops
is
ultimate as
under
well.
attack.
There's a Nightmare connecting. Epicenter bound up, and there's a nice Warlock ultimate canceling and just hitting everybody. Fatal Bounce is huge here as well. But of
No
course,
damage.
Dusa ultimate. Yeah, there's no damage. Where's the follow-up onto the rock? Nothing, really. And they just lose the DK on top of it. But at the same time, I guess
Dire's top
King
tower
Gaming
is
also
under
commit
attack.
like 4 ultimate, all 5
Dire's
ultimates actually.
structures are fortified.
That's it. So like, oh, there's the first blink reveal. That's a nice toss, but of course the
Dire's
cancel, or
top
not the
tower
cancel,
is
but
falling.
defensive sleep. CK has to be careful with the armor toggle. So Witch Doctor ultimate bouncing through with the cask as well, getting a kill here. So they're getting 2 kills, but they also lost the CK.
They lost both cores, DK and the CK.
For a Bat Rider and a Sand King. And they also lost the tier 2 top.
Not really worth it.
Yeah.
The map opens up for King Gaming now, and with the next Exorcism, they can easily take down Roche.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the Dire side right now. Not worth. Just slowly creeping up, but experience as well. Honestly, I think the way the game feels right now, it almost feels like Sun Gaming should be further behind, but they're technically only like 6,000 gold
Dire's
behind.
middle tower is
Yeah,
under
because they
attack.
could not find any openings, and the heroes they have need a lot of time to come online. If you look at CK, only power threads and armlet, 16 minutes in. He was pressured a lot in the lane. Like, that was really a good rock from Warlock, plus 5-6 man fatal bonds, but no follow-up
I'll
damage.
take your tribute.
That was definitely the big issue, not being able to follow it up. They're gonna go for another smoke here. They do, again, I mean, we did see the blink reveal into the Tiny, of course.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
they want to contest this bottom fight.
Radiant are scanning.
They're gonna wrap around.
Dire
The IG
are
wraparound.
scanning.
This is gonna be successful this time around. Oh, they blink in, find the Bane first, and they do burst him down. Medusa immediately pops her ultimate, but she's getting kind of around. Nope, never mind. She gets a stone onto the Witch Doctor, but she gets stunned up in return. Witch Doctor still gets a Maledict off, so this Medusa has to be
It's
careful.
that Dusa.
That's a dead Dusa indeed. She just melts here. There's the epicenter finally connecting, but he has to blink out there because they don't want to take the side. Communication not on point for King Gaming right now.
Well, what did Sand King do? You just cast Epi and
Blinked out.
blinked out?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to die.
And then leaves the Death Prophet to die. I mean, he does escape here and waste a little bit of time. But still, a huge victory here for Sun Gaming. Getting 2 crucial kills onto the Dusa and the Death Prophet. And potentially taking this
Radiant's
tier 1
top
bottom
tower
as
is
well.
under attack.
I mean, Bane was blown up before the fight. That was
Right.
a really good play from Tiny. They used the scan and he blinked at the exact same spot where Bane was sitting at.
It almost felt like he had like a ward that had like flying vision there, or like a cliff ward. But obviously, yeah, you know,
Wall
it was
hack.
basically. Yeah. Sometimes you need that if you want to win.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
that was a
attack.
very important kill for them. Suddenly, they're only behind by about 2,000 gold. And again, they're, you know, it is. I think it felt like they were behind further at some point, but they're only behind by 2k now. That one fight sort of like turned it around. Didn't even need to commit the rock, so next time if they want to fight, if they want to smoke up again, they could. With Warlock Ultimate this time around.
Yeah, Warlock. Look at Warlock items. Spirit Vessel Brown Boots. Once he uses Spirit Vessel on whoever, plus a Fatal Bond, that's a lot of damage. Plus that Prophet does not heal that much from ultimate. Also Medusa does not heal from Mask of Madness as well.
How happy are you about that item build now?
I'm super happy, man. Because I do it myself.
Oh, bottom lane. It's a nice blink stun onto the Dusa. Where's the Spirit Vessel though? She does pop the ultimate. Spirit Vessel is on top of her. Bad Rider makes sure that the Warlock doesn't get an ultimate off. There's also a Fiend Scrap onto the DK, but the Dusa still gets blown up. Speaking of blown up, Bane is to follow. Bad Rider might escape here. At least he's looking to hide in the tree line. Sand King comes in here even. Well, that's a bit late. Do they still want to fight this?
DP has no ulti.
Yeah, I don't know why they would go in here. Bad Rider gets thought out. If they have any sort of detection, well, Avalanche misses because he blinks out in time. I feel like that's a story. This SK just, you know, always escapes.
Well, the man does not want to die.
Just doesn't want to die. But yeah, another good engagement for them. Killing Dedusa yet again and only losing the Warlock. And that was the blink reveal onto the DK. A good pickup for him, being able to initiate the fight like that. And Dedusa, we saw it with the Spirit Vessel, she just melts.
Yeah. I don't, they need to fight around DP ulti.
And DP wasn't even there,
Radiant's
but you know,
bottom
she didn't have the.
tower is
Like, I
under
think you
attack.
mentioned she didn't have the ultimate available
Yeah.
anyway, so there's no point in her really, really rotating there. And obviously, there's no tower close by anyway, so difficult for them to look for that fight.
Well, once Medusa gets Aghanim Scepter, it's gonna be so easy to clear the CK illusions. Yeah. But if he gets the Blink Dagger first, you can just pop it from the Fog of War, blink with the hero, use Reality Rift, and blow up Medusa.
DD now in time. I feel like I should do something with this DD. Blow somebody up. They definitely have that burst potential. Death Prophet potentially mid lane. Tiny. Oh, no, it's not gonna go for it. Alright, what does King Gaming do here? You know, they gave up a couple of kills. Do you still feel fine despite giving up those kills? I mean, you do have the Dusa on your team. Do you feel fine, or do you think you're sort of threatened and need to do something
Dyer's
at some
bottom
stage?
tower is under attack.
They chose the wrong fights. I mean, Bane was kind of blown up there by good play from Tiny. But once they have the Aghanim Scepter on Medusa, they should just try to force a fight. Maybe even go into the Roche pit.
BKB being built on the DK. BKB also queued up for the CK. Once those BKBs come out, it's going to be really difficult for the Radiant side to sort of, you know, control those heroes. But at the same time, they do have Lasso, of course, that goes through BKB and obviously a lot of physical
grip.
damage.
Well, the DP ulti goes through the grip, Medusa ulti, and I'm not sure the BKB is the right choice. Maybe AC or just tank up with SNY would be a better choice. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. DP ulti, just group up, Aghanim Scepter ready on
getting
Medusa.
bashed.
So just need to take down Roche. Scan is used.
Can they go in? DK would have to blink in, but nice flame break to cancel that blink, of course, and prevent it from coming in. If anything, yeah, he's gonna blink in. Lasso the DK. It's a nice Dusa ultimate, but of course the DK is not even facing her at all, so of course that actually
just
doesn't
fall
do
back.
anything. Yeah. And now they're gonna fall back here. 2 or 3 ultimates popped on the Radiant side. I feel like if you're Sun Gaming, you probably want to fight.
I'll take
I mean,
your tribute.
right now this would be the best time to fight. Yeah, they have the ES, but
Yeah,
also just
they
don't
wanna
have-
pressure the bottom tower now. Maybe even try to go for a high ground if they find an opening with the rock, but they need to deal with the split push on the top lane. Not sure Sun have enough time for it.
Yeah, feels a bit late now. But generally speaking, you know, 3 ultimates, that's sort of like the sign when you just want to do something. You feel like that's like this kind of time where you're just like, oh, come on. Just wasted 3 ultimates. Let's just use it. But like I said, they had to deal with the split push. Couldn't afford to just have a creep wave pushing into the tier 3 for free. Regardless, CK is pushing the bottom lane. They're also pushing at the mid lane. It looks like they are going to threaten this tier 2 bottom now, with the DK even committing his
Radiant's
ultimate.
bottom tower is under
It doesn't
attack.
matter, really,
Radiant
for Keen.
structures are fortified.
This tier 2 on the bottom doesn't do
Dyer's top
anything.
tower is under attack.
Just continue to... Oh, Sanking can just continue to push
I
on
think
the
he could've
top
pushed
lane.
as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why he TP'd
Radiant's
this early.
bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, if he wanted to TP and catch them, he could have TP'd to a
To the
shrine.
shrine.
Yeah.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Felt weird. Could have done a lot more damage to this tier 3. I mean, this tier 3 already took a considerable amount of damage. 700 damage. That's quite significant.
Yeah, that's even more than 500 damage.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Damn, your math is really on point today. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's European math, man.
Damn. NA math got nothing on that. Well, in terms of net worth, it's very even right now. That's one of the most even net worth graphs we've seen all day, I think.
Yeah, usually those graphs in these qualifiers, they go up and down. It looks more of a heartbeat than a Dota graph.
Definitely, but this looks very even at this stage. Which lineup do you favor going into this late game?
I would say Keen, but they have 3 cores on the side
bottom
of
lane,
Sun.
nice toss back to the Warlock. Question is, what can they do with this? They do find the follow-up, but the SK is here as well. Who is going to retreat? There's a nice lasso now into the Warlock, preventing him from using his ultimate for a second time. So he's going to die. 50 seconds, no buyback, and with the Exorcism pop, that should probably be a tier 2. Oh, nice blink. Stun, finds the DK. He's forced to pop his BKB, and there's a Fiend Script on top. That's what we talked about. But this Tiny comes in, cancels that Fiend Script. There's a Witch Doctor Death Ward from the low ground, but doesn't really do too much damage. Gets silenced on top of it as well. In the backline, CK finds the kill to the
nice
Dusa.
stun.
And it's a huge kill onto the Death Prophet as well. Now there's a Dusa all by herself. Pops the ultimate though, forces them away. CK just stands, holds his ground. Epicenter doesn't do too much because of the ultimate from the Dusa, of course, but they still get the kill onto that CK. DK still wants a piece of this cake. Tiny also comes in, but he's getting kited by this Bad Rider. Sen King is gonna fall here with the Maledict, but Bad Rider still wants this. And they're gonna hunt down this Tiny indeed.
Dire's bottom tower is
Bad
under
Rider even
attack.
aggressively blinks in. Doesn't get the kill into the DK. That would have been huge if he did.
Yeah, that's a nice pick off before the fight even started. Exactly what Keen Gaming needed to do. Pick off Warlock, because he's the only one who actually cancels the fight on the side of Sun. Medusa just melts those CK illusions. No point of even using it. I mean, it was a fight with Aegis on Medusa. She still goes down pretty quickly though. Has 4,000 gold. Doesn't know if she wants to go for BKB. She had it queued up, or Butterfly. I think Butterfly is so much.
Probably the better choice.
Yeah, Butterfly into Scotty feels natural because of the mischance against the illusions, against the DK, and also gives you tankiness. Plus, you're working towards level 25 talent against DK. Tiny Scotty is the best item.
I still have to say though, despite losing the Warlock early on, Sun took a really strong fight there around that hill, right?
Yeah, because of the Tiny, he can go in and out quickly.
It was really important to cancel that feeding script when he did, because the DK would have been toast otherwise. I mean, the fight lasted long enough for the DK to pop, even pop his ultimate. It wasn't cool, like when the fight began, his ultimate wasn't cooldown for another like 20 seconds or so. On bottom lane, they fight the
Rock.
SK. What? All right. I mean,
That's a dead Sanking.
question is, what do they do with the Rock and the DK ultimate now? Can they threaten high ground with this? I mean, that's gonna take them a long time to actually go there. Oh, DK even TP's mid. So I feel like that was a little bit of an overkill.
I mean, they just need the fatal bonds. Having Rock is good, but just casting the fatal bonds on a couple of heroes, 4 or 5 heroes, 4 or 5. What am I even saying? Yeah, Warlock just hit level 15 with the 40% XP gain. He was saving the tome for it. Almost got him to level 16.
Such smart play, actually.
Yeah. He's gonna go for Ether Lens plus the cast range talent. He's gonna cast those fatal bonds plus upheaval from
Super
another
far away.
dimension
Yeah.
or another planet.
Another game, really.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to game 2 and then we're gonna
casting upheaval from, let's say, Uranus.
just onto Earth.
Yeah.
Smoke here from Sun Gaming. I'm not gonna find anybody here though, because all King Gaming up down here. They could maybe, if they hurried, they could maybe find the Death Prophet, but they even scan her.
Or imagine
Radiant are
casting it from
scanning.
Uranus to Sun. Sun Gaming.
I'm not gonna dignify that with a laugh. Alright, there's another Oh yeah, that's another backstab. Only stuns the Death Prophet though. Has to be careful. CK in the meantime, oh my god, immediately destroys the SK. Death Prophet pops her ultimate, so does the Dusa, but everybody just runs away.
They're not moving.
They're not moving. You mentioned the slow from far away. There was Bad Rider still alive for some reason. How is this guy still alive? Fiend Script onto the DK. It doesn't really do anything though because there's no follow-up. Bad Rider finally goes down. A 2-for-1 trade for now.
Camouflaged during the winter.
Yeah. DK finds the stun onto the Dusa again. Dusa has to be so careful. She's in the middle of everybody. She's very squishy, but she keeps herself alive for now with the lifesteal. Does she have lifesteal? Yeah, she does. Yeah. There it is. So she keeps herself alive, kills 2 more people, or helps with 2 more kills, and they find a 3rd one. So 4 kills in total. After Sun Gaming, they basically were ahead. You know, they traded 2 for 1, and then they still go in against Adusa with Butterfly.
They don't have anything to counter the butterfly effect with try to focus her down. Also, we've seen the damage from Stone Gaze plus DP ulti. It's just insane. Plus they have they picked up a gem as well. Not sure why.
Whose gem is that? Oh, it is Keen Gaming's gem.
Yeah, it's their gem. Like they don't have any, just the D ward.
Just map control. Yeah, just map control. I think this fight turned out the way it did because it was just not able to just instantly burst down the supports. I mean, they did kill the Sand King right away, but I feel like the Bad Rider and the Bane never died, right? But the Bad Rider survived for too long, and then of course the Bane should have also. I think they need to focus those first before they can go for the Dusa, because it makes it so difficult to just go onto the Dusa when Bane still sleeps you and Feebles. Like, and Feebles actually a huge deal at this point.
Yeah, especially against the Tiny and the DK. If he stays alive, the cores don't deal any damage on the side of Sun.
Smoke ganking now from Keen Gaming. They feel very confident after this team fight. They're gonna ping high ground here, drop a ward as well. It's only gonna find the Warlock. That's a good kill already. Making sure he is not able to ever use his rocket team fight. Once we've seen it.
We've seen it on a Sand King as well.
But yeah, but like in a
not
team
very
fight,
effective.
Right?
Yeah, that rock was perfect, but no follow-up.
No follow-up.
DK building into MKB to deal with the illusion. I mean evasion from the DP.
CK also building into Diffusal Blade to better deal with it, or to deal more damage with his Phantasmal Illusions, of course.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I like it. Medusa needs the tank up. I mean, she has what? She bought a full pike now, level 20, 800 mana.
Oh, she's gonna go into the BKB now. BKB is much stronger on her than it is on the Dire side.
He's still not buying anything. Had that BKB queued up for quite long. Maybe if he sees the Diffusal Blade on a CK, he's gonna go for it.
Scans not gonna connect.
Still, he can go for Scotty.
I mean, Scotty's never really a bad choice, is it?
Nah. It just gives you so much armor and tankiness. And
also, he's close to the level 25 talent.
Yes.
So that would be perfect timing, really, if he does pick it up now. I understand the idea though behind going for the BKB, of course, against this kind of lineup.
Like Maledict and the Warlock Fatal Bonds plus Spirit Vessel charges. CK can go in.
DK finds the Dusa first, so there's the Warlock ultimate. Gonna connect on 3. Where's the Fatal Bonds though? There's a slow first. Exorcism has been popped, and CK has to be very careful to not drop here immediately. Dusa though, also very low here, getting force-staffed away. She does fall. In the backline though, Epicenter gonna connect. Death Ward here, but the Fiend Script's gonna cancel it. Not gonna be a good fight for Sun Gaming. Yeah, they do get the Dusa, but they're gonna lose pretty much everybody in return. Tiny, the sole survivor here.
They focused everything they had on Medusa. CK illusions just disappear right after. DP ulti rips them apart. Medusa did not even have mana to cast the ultimate.
Did you see Fatal Bonds used in that fight?
Not sure though.
I think he didn't use it. I think if he had used it, maybe it's a different fight. But in general, like you said, they just focus so much on the Dusa, and at this stage, she's so tanky that she lives through a lot. It takes him quite some time to, of course, burst her down. Certainly before the DK has his MKB. And he's still pretty far away. Well, not 700 gold, I guess.
Roche is up to the second Roche cheese and Aegis.
That could be huge for both sides, really.
Yeah, they should just give Aegis to Medusa. It will increase their sieging power. DP with a cheese like Spirit Vessel is so good even against the cheese as well. You don't heal.
Well, we have the... Do we see the BKB on the Death Prophet already? Yeah, she's used it a couple of times, actually. Other than that, I guess nothing really notable. Tiny is also... No, he's working on an AC. Finally. I definitely think they need an AC. Probably should have had it pre one of those BKBs, I think. Or one of... Well, actually, only
Radiant
DK has a
are
BKB.
scanning.
Everybody has the BKB queued up. Only DK bought it.
They should take a fight. Sun Gaming, they have AC, they have an MKB. On Tiny, it's their time to fight now. If they let the Roche fall into the hands of Keen, they're just gonna lose the game from there.
Well, good thing is they know what's happening. Oh, they find the Dusa. Dusa very far out. But the question is, can they burst her in time? Well, it looks like it. She's very low for now, but of course we know how much she can regen up, and well, there she goes. She's dead for now. Epicenter gonna come in through and connect and kill this. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've seen this already.
We've
Focus
seen this.
Medusa, then everyone else dies. She had a pike ready for herself.
Oh, Warlock gets caught out with the Yult's Ice. This is not how you want to die.
How do you want that?
You don't want to die at all. But
And this Warlock Golem on that just feeds away the gold and
Feeds a lot of
experience.
gold, yeah.
It's the same concept when you're playing the Undying.
with the Tombstone. Upon
Yeah.
death, yeah. Exorcism is down, but they still want to push high ground, of
Dire's
course.
middle tower
With
is under
CK and
attack.
DK down. They don't know it, but none of them have buyback. They wouldn't use buyback probably anyway because they're back on 30 seconds, but... Actually, do you have buyback on 30 seconds if you can
Dire's
hold
structures
base?
are fortified.
Well, it's tricky because if you buy back and they just go back and
Dire's
take the
middle
Roche,
tower has
then you
fallen.
lost the game with
Yeah.
that
Dire's
buyback.
middle
If you don't have any
barracks are under
catch.
attack.
One play that Keen could have gone for instead of this one,
Dire's
Uh,
middle barracks
buyback
has
on
fallen.
Medusa,
Dire's middle
for
and just
barracks
go
has
for
fallen.
Roche, give her Aegis and cheese.
Lane. Looks like they want to
Dire's
hunt
top
now.
tower
CK
is
with the
under
blink,
attack.
finds the Bane, gets Yulst up though, but there's the follow-up stuns from the teammates. They do find the kill. Dusa wants a TP in. Can they cancel the TP? No, they can't. CK gets Bad Rider ultied, and he's gonna fall. No buyback yet again. 70 seconds without the CK.
Yeah, they can go for top or bottom.
40
No
seconds
tier
until
twos.
Exorcism. Top lane, DK, forced to pop his ultimate.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Blinks in,
Stuns the
misses, stuns
siege.
the siege creep. Yeah, that's a lot of hate. Forced himself out. There's the Fatal Bond, that's for sure. Upheaval on top, just to slow him down, really, quite literally. Can't really do too much here. Oh, they're just gonna keep on going? Yeah, King Gaming just keep on going. They know CK is dead. If he's not buying
Dire's
back,
top
then that
barracks
means he
are
doesn't have
under
buyback.
attack.
That's gonna be another set of racks here.
Dire's top
Not
barracks
much that
has
Sun
fallen.
Gaming can do about it. Exorcism up in 7 seconds. They can go for Roche after this as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they know DK ulti is gonna be on a cooldown, and
Dire's top
they
shrine
needed
is
to
under
win a
attack.
fight. Like, you can't win a fight with a dragon in a melee form.
And they're not even gonna finish the shrine. They're too scared of a smoke towards that position. But of course, if you do want to take Roche, you kind of want to finish that shrine first, right?
Dire are
Yeah.
scanning.
DK 43 seconds until
Oh,
the ulti is
Warlock
up.
is gonna get picked off yet again, most likely. Indeed, there it is, the lasso.
Is under attack.
Gonna finish him off. I said, blink in from the Tiny, very ambitious. There's the Warlock ultimate to turn it around. Double ultimate, I guess, but doesn't really do too much. Exorcism has been committed. Question is, are Sun Gaming gonna contest this? Bad Rider playing very aggressive here. They're gonna blink in stun, but
Nice
the double
stun.
stun from the Sand King. On top, CK does go into the Dusa, but there's a feed script to cancel it. Death Ward here on top of it. It's actually the Death Prophet, but she does have a Ghost Scepter. She doesn't care.
Yeah, they're gonna call it.
And this is
3,
likely
2,
GG.
1, go.
There it is. Perfect timing. Basically, it's perfect timing. Keen Gaming take game number 1 versus Sun Gaming in this ESL 1 Katowice qualifier. That was not a bad game. A bit of a slow start, but towards the end there, a lot of like, skirmishes between the two.
Yeah, they kind of outdrafted them with Medusa last pick. Sun Gaming didn't play around the timings. They smoked before Tiny gets a Blink Dagger, 150 gold away. They needed something more to happen, especially with the Warlock, who had that early Spirit Vessel, and Rock was not used properly at all this time. Like once at the top, that was a good Rock, but nothing to deal the damage in those fights. Sadly for Sun Gaming, not really convinced about this team. This is the first time I actually see this team playing.
Do you think there's something they could have changed in the draft maybe in hindsight? Or do you think it was mostly just also about execution?
Well, it was more of an execution. This position 4 Warlock, as I mentioned, it's not a Tusk, it's not a Sanking that has those early pressure on. They did well in the off lane, but still, it has big cooldown. Like you don't have a 9-second cooldown stun or whatever.
Right.
So it's hard to start a fight with, especially with all the other heroes.
And I mean, we've definitely seen in those engagements what like a hero like the Sand King can do.
Yeah.
Just going in, blinking, and stunning people. Whereas the Warlock it was like a one-trick pony, sort of. Right? He just drops the ultimate, if he ever gets to actually use his ultimate. And that's basically it. So, Warlock, maybe somebody else can make it work?
Yeah, I want to see what else they have. Like you can see their rank 83, 163. So
they're doing pretty
that
fine.
means they're pretty good
They're
individual
pretty good players.
Yeah.
They're pretty nice. All right, this was game 1, of course. We're going to be back with game 2 in just a little bit. So stay tuned for that. My name is Skim. This is Lacoste. We'll be right back.